I do want to take a moment to make sure this is said today. I'm officially, because I've been like Johnny Ottoman here. Like
You've been Captain Salary Cap and Mr. You were like, Parag Marathe is my hero.
Put your feet up and take a big drag on that. Doobie, it's all good, brother. No, now I'm starting to get worried about Nick Bosa.
Are you ready to turn on Lynch and Parag? Because I'm here for it.
No, not
because
yet.
Those guys, I mean, honestly, if I can borrow from the old bit when we were doing middays.
Go for it.
What are you doing?
All right, let's do this then.
No, let me just real quick.
Go ahead.
The way I look at it is when it comes to these big signings, either you want the player or you don't want the player. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they want the Defensive Player of the Year, Captain Shrugosaurus. I'm going to guess they want Nick Bosa on the team.
I think yes.
So we'll check that box, and then you move on to him getting paid. What's the holdup, guys? Give him the bag.
Okay.
Bag alert. Major bag alert.
I'm fascinated by what you just said because it's exactly what JD said at 5 o'clock last Friday, and we ended up getting hot in here.
Yeah. Shout out Nelly.
With
the Band-Aid.
When it's not working, just genuine question. Why do we all immediately assume it's the 49ers that won't just cave, aren't offering the right amount, or should just cave? What if the holdup is Nick?
Well, how would the holdup be Nick? There's only one way the holdup is Nick.
Too much.
Well, to me, there is no such thing as too much.
See, now that's what JD thought the same thing.
He's not going to say, I want $1 billion.
Well, no, JD, for example, TJ Watt.
I love being on Team JD. You're actually buoying my mood here on Monday.
I was on Team JD for 4.5 days.
Yeah, he's great.
And then I had to climb across this table and strangle him. No, here's what I'd say. Y'all might be right. But how can we know? How do we know? The two sides are negotiating and we don't have the numbers of the particulars. How do we know who's wrong? So the idea, TJ Watt, the top defensive line contracts in the NFL right now, they're topping out at $29 million a year. $29 million a year. Am I to believe that if Nick is going, I want 40? You all sound like you're like, just give it to him. Well, no, that's not how it works.
He's not. I would imagine he's not in that space.
But I want 40. I don't know because
nobody knows.
But the 49ers have clearly stated, leading up to this, at every stage, there's no way in hell the Niners are not offering the biggest contract in defensive history in the NFL. There's no way. If they aren't, then you all are right, and we should be picketing right now. But I don't know what they're offering. What if they are offering a significant raise from the top pass rushers in the game, and Nick is asking to obliterate the market, and it sounds like so many of you are just like, just do it, 49ers. Well, that's not how it works.
You already said that the salary cap is an idea. It's not a construct. And you've been a big advocate of, we'll just push the money around and we'll just move this over here. We'll shuffle that over there. They're going to keep all these guys.
Well, right. Unless somebody obliterates the market.
I don't think that he's trying to obliterate the market.
I don't know.
Well, nobody knows.
Why is he not here?
Because, I think that the reason why he's not here is because he doesn't want to be here yet. Now,
I've been with you,
but now we're getting to the point where
we got a game in 20 days.
Exactly, 20 days.
We got 20 days. We got a game.
20 days.
That counts.
And so forget Friday. Even if he signed right now, this very moment, 3:08, he's not playing. So we know that he's not playing. But how much time does Nick need to ramp up and get ready? And I know you guys asked, I think it was Doc Pandia this week. I saw something on Twitter, and he was asked about the ramp up. He doesn't need 2 weeks to get ready. He's been working out. So I'm still holding out hope that the reason he's not signed is that he just doesn't want to play in this meaningless season just yet. But I'm starting to get worried too.
I think there was some of that for both sides. Nick is somebody who gets ready quickly. I don't think the 49ers wanted him in early. Nobody wants any hamstrings to go the wrong way or anything like that. But John Lynch himself, he's now the 49ers are struggling with his own words. Lynch was asked weeks ago, how much time does Nick need? And he said, I think about 3 weeks. We got a game in 20 days. Right. So it's Monday. I'm not going to freak out yet, but what do you got for practice this week? Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Okay? If he's not here by Wednesday, who are you ripping? No,
it's time for you to start ripping people.
Well, I will rip both. I'll rip them all. I'll rip them all without knowing. I refuse to criticize one side without knowing what's being offered.
Right.
I refuse. I won't do this.
I will say this.
But the whole process needs to get done, and you both have leverage.
Right.
And you both need to hurt a little bit.
The fact that they already said that, we're not going to charge him, or we're not going to fine him for not being in camp, that to me indicated that they are largely toothless in this conversation in terms of they're not pushing back on anything. Now, if it's a question of him wanting to obliterate the market, well, then that's something that's going to have to get worked out. I can't imagine that he's coming in at $40 million a year and $130 million guaranteed to try to reset it that.
But I also can't imagine that the Niners are trying to lowball him. Like, this has to be about for me, this has to be about something that's other than the AAV. It has to be. The AAV is
to me,
obvious.
It's about structure.
Right. Is it 30? Is it 32? I would think it's about guarantees, right?
Sure.
Structure.
Sure.
And maybe it's about incentives. It has to be wrapped up in that.
And when does he get his money? Because his cap number this year it's not small, but it's significant enough to where you can add on the big money in future years, next year, the year after, whatever. But I'm sure the team, and this is where Parag Marathe has been so good at structuring these deals to make everything fit under the cap. I think that's where the sticking point is. Maybe they want this thing to be stretched out over more years than he wants. Maybe the guarantee is smaller than he wants. But I'm with you in terms of get this thing done with 20 days left to go. You need him.
JD was like, if it's 35, it's 35. Do it.
Do it.
No.
Dude, he's the best defensive player in football.
I know, and so's TJ Watt. So you don't give him, you give him a raise over TJ. You don't obliterate TJ. Like, again,
you're willing to give Shohei 50 or 60 million.
First of all, there's no cap in baseball, so that's different.
True.
And Nick Bosa,
there is a threshold in baseball.
With all due respect, Nick Bosa is not Shohei. He is not the Shohei of football. He does not play quarterback also.
He probably could.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. But this is different. It's a different conversation. And by the way, if the Giants offer 700, and the fans are like, offer 8. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.